Welcome to another edition of The Night Sky This Week. I'm your host, Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy. Hope you're doing well. Hey, thanks so much for taking a few minutes out of your day, joining me in exploring the night sky and seeing what you can see with the naked eye, maybe with binoculars and telescopes. There's always something visible in the night sky. And if you find value in this video, please do some of that good stuff on social by giving me a thumbs up, sharing, and of course, subscribing to my channel, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, wherever you are, Twitch, in the social universe. Appreciate your support. Allows me to bring these videos straight to you every week. So why don't we jump right in to the Planetarian program? My favorite program is, of course, Sky Safari Pro by Simulation Curriculum. Great company. And here we have our night sky set up for Tuesday, August 6th in the evening. What you'll notice, good stuff. First, right off, is a beautiful crescent moon. That is going to be just absolutely gorgeous right after sunset. So if you're out there, you have and it's getting dark, this is something you'll see out looking towards the west. That beautiful crescent moon. It's of course a waxing crescent moon, so it's increasing in phase over the next few days, and joining it is Venus low in the horizon there. If you were watching, perhaps you were watching just the other day. If we look at what it looks like, let me see. Just put it into the evening. Here we go. There is the moon with, of course, Venus in tow. If you were watching this yesterday evening, you would have seen the moon and Venus very, very close together. Of course, a very difficult sight because of the glare of the sun. And you have to have a good spot where you have a clear view towards the western horizon, of course, to see this. And so if we look at the moon later this week, it'll get easier and easier to see because it's moving away from the sun. And it'll be visible later and later in the evening as well. So if we move to Wednesday, you can see that the moon has traveled farther away from Venus, a thicker crescent, more easily visible. If we put this later at night when it gets darker, you can see it clearly zooming in on the moon as well, almost due west. This beautiful sight awaits you over the next few nights. Look, this is Wednesday, August 7th. This is the view that you'll get. And by the next day, if we look at the 8th of August, which is Thursday, an even thicker crescent moon. You see that? And if we zoom out, you'll see that it's approaching a star called Spica. This is the lead star in the constellation Virgo, the zodiacal constellation. And so this pair will become closer and closer over the next few days. It's really an absolutely beautiful sight. Check this out. So if we move this one day later by Friday, here we go. That's Friday the 9th. You can see that the moon and Spica are together. A really beautiful contrast of two very different objects. Obviously, the moon, our nearest celestial neighbor to our planet, and Spica, a star, a giant blue-white star, very distinctly bluish-white in color, is 250 light years away. So what a great pairing in the sky of these two vastly different objects. Easy to see with the naked eye, even if you're in city limits. You don't want to miss this. So mark your calendar. This is Friday, August 9th, just after sunset as the skies darken. Look towards the southwest for this beautiful pairing of Spica and the moon. Now, if we move on to the next day, by the weekend, Saturday, the moon will have switched sides, as you can see, from Friday being on one side of Spica. By Saturday, one day later, the moon has traveled and skipped over onto the other side of Spica. So this is another great opportunity if you get clouded out on Friday or you want to repeat show, you can get to see the moon and Spica still together on Saturday, August 10th. And by Sunday, the 11th, the moon will have moved off, and it's like a quarter phase moon, the first quarter moon, as you can see. And it's approaching this wonderful bright orange star called Antares, the lead star in the constellation Scorpius. And this star, Antares, is about 550 light years away. So this is a really nice pairing that'll happen later next week. So that's coming up. But for this week, you can already see the moon. This is by Sunday. It's in the constellation Libra, the scales. This is August 11th. And of course, that sets up things for next week's beautiful Perseid meteor shower, which will be peaking on Monday night, and I should say Tuesday, and into Monday night into Tuesday night. So the August 12th to 13th is when you want to look for the Perseid meteor shower peak. You can already see them now. If we do a search on the Perseids, let's see if we can do that. Bring this up, and you go Perseids. It's easy as that. And you can see that's where the whole, and you center it, and you can see where it is. So this is where you're going to be looking for the Perseids in the northeast part of the sky. You can start looking for them now, and you can identify Perseid meteor showers, meteors within the shower by tracing the individual streaks of light where they seem to originate from. And where they do originate is in the constellation Perseus. You can see the mythological hero, which rises close to around midnight, late night. You can see this is around 11 o'clock, 10:50, 11 o'clock. It rises in the northeastern part of our skies. And so if you wait until later at night, that's when the radiant, where they all appear to radiate out from, sprout from these individual meteors, that's when it rises high enough to really enjoy and see the shower really well. So again, this is a little preview of what we'll talk more about on Monday in the next show, but that's what you want to look for. And Perseids are already flying. So some of these shooting stars that you may see tonight and over this week are associated with this really beautiful shower that's really doesn't really disappoint as long as we got clear skies. And the moon is going to be out of the way, by the way. The moon will have set, around midnight before the real peak of the shower sets in. Now, let me just go back to now. We're Tuesday, and we're going to just go into the evening. I'm going to get off of this, and I want to show you in the morning. If you're an early bird, there's some really neat things happening as well. And here's a preview. We're going to start in the late evening. So this is around, let me set this to 10 o'clock. There we go, 10 p.m. What I want you to see is towards the east, you'll see a very brilliant yellowish star rising. So again, this is around 10, 11 o'clock, and that is not a star, but the planet Saturn. Now, of course, if you have a small telescope, you can actually see the rings of Saturn. So here I'll just reproduce what that looks like. Right there is the rings of Saturn, and some of the moons of Saturn, as you can see, will look like little dots on either side of the rings of the planet. And so if you have a small telescope, definitely great time to view Saturn. Easy to see. Wait until late at night. You got to be kind of like a night owl for this one, because if you wait until like 11 o'clock, look how it rises higher and higher. You see that? Saturn, watch Saturn right here, right there. I'm gonna put it right there like that so you get to see it more clearly. And take a look at that. You can really see Saturn rising higher and higher in the sky later at night. So if you're patient, you'll get to see better views of the planet if you wait later at night to see it. Now, if we just go back to tonight on August 6th, I'm going to zoom out and we'll show what's happening. If we wait until later at night, let's go so into the overnight period. So this is 11 o'clock. Let me just go to 11 here, make that easier. There's 11, there's 12. You can see that. It's getting later and later. We can go there. That's 1 o'clock. Look what's happening. Look what's happening in the northeast eastern part of the sky. You can see that on the left hand of the screen. This real beautiful grouping of objects. Let me just take off the deep sky objects because they can become confusing. But what I want you to see, if you wait until the early morning hours, so maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, look what will greet you in the east. Just a gorgeous clustering of planets and bright stars. So here we have in the constellation Taurus the Bull, you have the bright star, orange star Aldebaran, joined by another orange star-like object, which is Mars, and then a super bright planet, Jupiter, is there. Joining them is Uranus. That's a binocular level, more distant planet. You need binoculars to spot this very definite greenish blue color of Uranus, kind of on its own there. But it's absolutely gorgeous. And joining it below is, of course, Orion, with Betelgeuse and Rigel leading the charge with the belt of Orion as well. Just a gorgeous clustering of bright stars and planets all clustered in the morning skies. And this is what you'll greet you every morning. Like this is Wednesday, August 7th, tomorrow morning. This is the 8th, 9th, 10th. You can see all of these are together. And look how close Mars and Jupiter are together. Also a great sight, a really beautiful sight. This is kind of like in binoculars. This is how it'll look like that. You can see there's Jupiter and there is Mars. How cool is that? I think that's absolutely so neat. I'd like to say hello to some of my friends. Isaac from North Carolina. We've got a friend from Greece as well, and New Mexico, Jojo. Teresa from Illinois. So nice, wonderful for all of you, and thank you very much for following me, Briven, on Facebook. Thank you so much. So there you go. You've got some really cool stuff to see. If you're an early bird, there's really amazing clustering of planets and stars. And of course, in the evening, you can follow the moon doing some really cool things. And this is a preview of the Perseid meteor shower, which is peaking next week, obviously. So, what are some of these things? These are all basic stargazing, sky watching stuff that you can see with the naked eye, maybe if you have binoculars and telescopes, but perhaps you want to learn more. Well, if you do, I can recommend my book, Backyard Guide to the Night Sky, available wherever good books are sold. Amazon has it as well. And I want to thank you all for making it still one of the best-selling basic stargazing books out there. I've packed it with all my knowledge from many, many decades of and hundreds and hundreds of workshops that I've done and public outreach, learning how to guide people to different cool things in the sky. And all of that knowledge is put into this paperback book, softcover book. I am also selling it on my website, thenightskyguy.com. If you want a signed, dedicated copy, I'm shipping them internationally. I've got my Atlas, if you're interested in something more beefy. It's over 6 pounds. It's not something you take outside really as much, but you plan your journeys, your sky watching experiences with this book. It has all 88 constellations, so lots of really interesting things. And also, don't forget to sign up for my stargazing newsletter. It's for free. You subscribe to my Clear Skies newsletter, and you'll be updated on new things that are visible in the sky. Like, for instance, that nova, that reoccurring nova that should be exploding in the next couple of months. And you can read more about that as well. So how cool is that? So all kinds of really neat things coming up. Thank you so much for spending a few moments of your time with me. I appreciate it so much. And please do some good stuff on social by giving me a thumbs up, sharing, and of course, subscribing to my channel. It means a lot, allows me to bring these videos straight to you. I'll be reading through your comments. Stay tuned for sky charts on my social channels. So you don't, make sure you get notified, hit the notification button so you get notified when those sky charts do go up so you won't miss them. Thanks so much for joining me. And until the next video, stay safe and healthy and clear skies.